Psalm 71, verse 1. He says, "In you, O Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame." David says to God, it is in you and you alone where I'm putting my refuge. You and you alone are my place of safety. You and you alone are the one I trust in. Now, you've got to be really careful where you put your trust. If you're going to go to a place of refuge, you've got to be really careful where you go to. If you're going to have a place of safety, you've got to ensure that that place of safety is strong enough to protect you with whatever gets thrown at you. Like if you're drowning at sea, it's no use going for a place of safety, climbing onto a boat which is also sinking. It is not a good place of safety. If you're out in the bush and there's a storm and you decide to shelter under a tree, you need to make sure that lightning isn't going to come and hit that tree. Otherwise, your place of safety is nowhere to trust at all. If you're out in the woods and you get lost and you find a gingerbread house, just before you burst in and say, "Oh my goodness, we're safe at last," you need to make sure there isn't a wicked witch there that's about to devour you. Where you have your place of safety, where you have your refuge, the thing that you trust in must be strong enough to sustain you. Now, here's one of the problems in working with young people. Sometimes we put our trust in some very shaky refuges. You might put your refuge, you might have your safety, you might trust in the fact that you're working at a good school that's very helpful and supportive of you. It might be the number of kids who come along to the lunchtime program that you run and you're thinking, "Oh my goodness, this is fantastic." It might be that camp that you had and you think, "Oh my goodness, that makes me feel good about everything I'm doing." It might be the awesome breakfast club. It might be the relationships with the staff, the relationships with the local churches. There's all sorts of things in your ministry which, if you're not careful, will become where you put your trust. Now, there's nothing wrong with these things and they can be fantastic things, but they are incredibly shaky places to put your trust and your refuge.